Hi, it's Terri, and it must be Tuesday because it's Tuesdays with Terry's. Oh, I know you haven't heard about that because guess what? It's the first one. I've let everybody down for a couple of months just due to family things and life in general, which made me want to finish the book I started so long ago called Smart Women, Smarter Choices 10 Tips to Work Smarter Than Not Harder. Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever made a mistake and say, if I was only smarter then? Well, what I've done is taken the wisdom of some of the top women that I know, best friends, women I admire, mentors, leaders, experts. And I've decided, what if there was a way on every Tuesday to talk about the kinds of things that really affect women in business, women in real estate, women in life, retired women. Guess what? There are so many stages of life. And if you're one of those people with tight skin and judgment listening to this right now, trust me, you're going to learn from these people. But what I did was put together 10 resources that I found were kind of important for women, for women's wisdom, which is what it's all about, women helping women. And I thought, what if there was a way to share this? So put together 10. And I thought, well, what if we could just kibitz about it, talk about it, ask questions where it was a safe place, no judgment, no showcasing, just women helping women. And here's what made me do this. So this whole past week, I've been trying to recover from a number of things. And one of them was I had 5 different people contact me to help them with different problems. One was a marketing problem. One was a growing her database problem. One was presentation skills. Another one was a communication more effective in writing. And I thought to myself, obviously I know all this stuff. What if we could share it with other people? And by the way, I've been notoriously called that I have a golden Rolodex. For those of you that don't know what that is, years ago, before we had computers, we had these little Rolodexes. As a matter of fact, I think I still have mine. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Is this like 100 years old? Dear God. You know what? It still works. And I thought to myself, I have been so blessed with knowing some of the most amazing women, and especially women that have made things happen that were intentional, but not something that a corporation did. And I really admire that because it takes lots of courage. But here's what also takes. It takes time management. If you're listening to this, you're probably rolling your eyes a little bit going, you know what, I'm a little busy right now. Well, I'm going to just tell you, you're always going to be a little bit busy. But one of the points of this particular resource guide, which you're going to get a copy of if you want, is how to work a little bit smarter. A couple of things I know about this. Number one was, the first one was tip is, you got to make you the star of your life. Nobody's going to call you and say, hey, you know what, you're going to be queen for a day. Now, if you're really old, you remember that show, but they would pick some random woman and make her queen for a day. What if every day you were queen for a day? I really am envious of those women who make it a process and a priority to put themselves first. Well, I'm one of 9 kids, and I'm just going to tell you that that was impossible. And if you're a mom with 3 little kids, or if you are a single mom and you're running around trying to do your job and take care of your kids, or if you're taking care of parents, that just sounds like a tall order. But I'm just going to tell you, even if you do just a little bit, it's going to improve your life. It's going to make you a lot happier, and you won't be such cranky pants. The other one was, why do we have to be Wonder Women? I mean, why? Who said that we have to do and be everything fabulously? I don't know who those are. Were those the mean girls from high school? I don't know. But at the end of the day, we don't have to be fabulous at everything because we don't like to delegate. Now, I know this for a fact because I worked with the New York Times bestsellers on negotiating, the 1-minute negotiator, and I did a whole lot of work with women and negotiating. And we just feel like we can do it ourselves faster, quicker, and not have to explain it to someone. And that is a myth. So we're going to go into that a little bit over the next couple of weeks. Oh boy, this is my favorite, the comparing game. Oh yeah, if you're a tall blonde out there, I'm comparing all the time because I'm just, guess what, not going to be a tall blonde. And guess what, we can compare ourselves all day long instead of focusing on how we can be our best selves. I am so guilty of this, I am embarrassed to tell you, but the joke around our house is, oh, tall blonde, oh, I wish. Oh, no, I'm going to be a short Italian my whole life. And I think even my best motivation can't help me with that. But it's okay to be your best you. And why not? When you really look at the dynamics, and I was engaged to a molecular geneticist, so I say this with full confirmation, there's only one of you. There's no one else that can walk your walk, talk your talk, have your experiences, have this special puzzle up there that only you have. And why we don't share it more readily, more joyfully, more confidently, I don't know. But in this safe place, my goal is to help you have a resource, a solution for the kinds of things that life throws at you. And it can be a lot of different things for a lot of different ages. So we're going to focus in on that just a little bit to help us be a little bit more intentional for the focus. Here's another thing we don't know. What do you really want? If I say to somebody, what do you want? And they go, oh, I'd like more time. I'd like to read more books. I'd like to take more vacations. Well, we have systems to help you for that. And I'm just going to tell you the wishing doesn't get you a whole lot. And I'm not going to say that you are not good at prioritizing, because if you're like most of us, life has a shock collar on it to take you off your plan almost every time. So what if we could show you a way to start with baby steps for time blocking? I'm not going to tell you that I'm good at that. I'm going to tell you that we have regular things that you do, and the older you get, the more mature you get, the easier it is, because you have a routine, and we are specimens of routine. I mean, you get up basically the same way every morning. You either get up and have your coffee, or wait to have your coffee, or shower first, or whatever. It's a habit. It's an unconscious activity. And so what we're going to say is, what if we could just put a little stopper in there for a little time blocking to help you feel like you're more in control? It's a little crazy. I just got a phone call today that one of my nieces is turning 15. Oh, are you kidding me? I thought she was just born 3 or 4 days ago. Life just happens when you're not paying attention. And every day it's, lather, rinse, repeat for something. So we just want to make it part of that threesome, so that you give yourself a break. Wow, that delegation thing. We tend to do it in our personal relationships, and that's another whole segment of Smart Women. Choosing a partner, choosing who we hire, choosing friends, choosing a date. How do we do that better? There's some great tools out there you might not be aware of. Nothing expensive, no gotchas, don't have to buy anything. Just create an awareness of solutions to help you live life better. What does that mean? Life by design, your design, not mine. Life by design for me might be totally different for you. Somebody who gardens just wants to be in the garden. Somebody who golfs just may want to golf. But that doesn't mean that all the other parts of their life are in perfect sync. You're never going to get perfect sync, by the way, but you sure can feel better about how to handle it. So here's another thing that I've learned in 2024. After COVID hit and we started shifting how initiatives for work, for engagement. We've got this kind of live thing or recorded. How are your presentation skills? I can't tell you how interesting it is to observe people everywhere, restaurants, on television, in movies, face-to-face, at coffee shops. The biggest challenge I think you're going to see is with the younger generation, because they've been deprived of some of those formative years of engaging like face-to-face. And there's this beautiful energy that happens when we're in the same physical space. But how can we help improve how you communicate if you have to use a tool like Zoom or Loom or any one of the other platforms? So I'm hoping in this little 10-step resource guide and in the next several weeks that when you might join me, even if it's for only 15 or 20 minutes on a break, to help us discuss what you need, where you'd like some help, where you can give some great advice, where there's a resource we hadn't quite discovered yet, because it's all about collaboration. And this is, again, a safe place. As a master coach, I'm just going to tell you, I have a lot of people get what they want. There's a price for it. You got to be committed. You got to be focused. That means we have to have the time and the attention to do it. We have to want it bad enough. So if you're not happy, particularly with your current financial situation, I've got experts on that. Your health situation, got a beautiful expert on that. How about changing a look? How about a revamp on how you look? Not expensive, not crazy, not dramatic. Well, I've got a resource for that. And I just thought it's time to share the resources. So if you're interested, I'd like you to join us every Tuesday. It's going to be at 4 o'clock Central, which means it's 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. And just for 30 minutes, get you some good girlfriends, some straight advice, some unbiased, hopefully, because all we want to do here is help you live life by design. This last couple of years, there have been a lot of people that have suffered loss, and we just need a space where we can have someone say, it's going to be okay, because we're going to help. So if you're willing to help and you're willing to share, I'd say join us for Tuesdays with Terri. And we're going to base it on this book, which you're going to be able to get the whole thing. It's called Smart Women, Smarter Choices, 10 Tips to Working Smarter, Not Harder. This is the result of a number of years of walking the talk. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it as much as I do, and it's helpful. The bottom line is it's got to be helpful. Thanks for joining. See you next Tuesday. Have a great week. Well, better yet, make it a great week.